What if I told you that one of music's biggest names is now caught in a legal and political crossfire, and nobody knows how it ends? Sean "Diddy" Combs was once untouchable in his empire, but now he's locked behind bars, his legal fate hanging on a presidential decision. Today we'll dive deep into how he got here, and why the whispers of a pardon might be the most explosive chapter yet. Diddy's rise began decades ago. Producer, rapper, brand mogul. A man who straddled music, fashion, nightlife, and business deals. Through it all, his brand was boldness, control, power, influence. But in recent years, cracks began to show. Multiple civil suits, allegations of misconduct, accusations spanning years, all of which seeded in public perception doubts about the man behind the image. You can't be king forever, especially when scandals pile up. So, when federal agents came knocking in 2024, raiding his properties in New York, Los Angeles, Miami, they weren't just looking for normal business documents. They were seeking the skeletons, the suppressed evidence, the hidden trails. But what they found would shake more than just his reputation, and it would lead him straight to a courtroom battle few expected. On September 16, 2024, Combs was indicted in Manhattan on a sweeping set of charges: racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force or coercion, and transporting individuals across state lines for prostitution under the Mann Act. He pleaded not guilty, and the battle lines were drawn. The trial officially began in May 2025. Witnesses testified about freak-off parties, claims of coercion, alleged drug use, and recording intimate acts. Prosecutors painted a portrait of Diddy as someone who manipulated power, wealth, and influence. The defense struck back, questioning credibility, intent, consent, and evidence. After months of legal drama, the jury delivered a split verdict on July 2nd. Not guilty on racketeering and sex trafficking, but guilty on 2 counts of transporting individuals for prostitution under the Mann Act. That decision spared him from life sentences, but the conviction alone carried steep consequences. On October 3, 2025, Judge Arun Subramanian sentenced him to 50 months in prison and fined him $500,000. Also factoring in time already served in detention, a conviction was just the beginning. What followed would be a battle behind closed doors and whispered corridors in Washington, D.C. From the moment the sentence dropped, the idea of a presidential pardon or commutation surfaced. Combs' legal team and allies reportedly scrambled to reach key people in the White House. That alone stoked media fires. On October 6th, Trump responded publicly. Yes, Combs had requested a pardon. "A lot of people have asked me for pardons," Trump said. "I call him Puff Daddy. He asked me for one." That confirmation alone magnified speculation. Was this move genuine or strategic? Meanwhile, Combs' legal team formally requested that he serve his sentence at FCY Fort Dix in New Jersey, a lower security facility with a drug treatment program. The request argued that such placement would support rehabilitation, family visits, and his health. But it wasn't that simple. As the whispers grew louder, so did the contradictions, and questioning whether the pardon effort was as coordinated as it appeared. Publicly, some sources claimed Combs' attorneys had made direct appeals. Others pushed back, saying only people in his inner circle, non-lawyers, approached Trump's orbit, not his legal team. At one point, an attorney even denied speaking to the president, saying, "I have not spoken to him." These differences sparked doubt. Was the pardon strategy muddled or intentionally opaque? Meanwhile, Trump's own statements added to the confusion. At times, he'd say nobody had asked him yet. At others, he confirmed he had. Natural tension brewed in the White House. Some staffers reportedly argued against commuting Combs' sentence, citing risk to optics, voter backlash, or the principle of justice. But others maintained that Trump would do what he wants. And while political voices chimed in, with critics, supporters, and media commentators echoing each other, the stakes behind closed doors only rose higher. Trump's relationship with Diddy was never clean or simple. Earlier, they had a cordial celebrity rapport. But after Combs publicly backed Biden in 2020 and denounced Trump, their association soured. That shifting bridge made a pardon politically sticky. When asked, Trump would say he'd look at the facts, or speak to DOJ. Classic lines that leave leeway. Still, media outlets like Deadline reported that Trump was seriously considering the pardon bid. Public critics weighed in too. Megyn Kelly, for example, urged Trump not to pardon Diddy, calling him a woman abuser, unworthy of mercy. Others warned that pardoning a celebrity convicted of sexual misconduct could alienate voters, especially women and independents. So Trump had to balance. Pardon a rich, powerful figure and risk angering the public. Deny and face criticism from his base, or from those who believe in second chances. Yet behind those public stances and counter-arguments, there's a more dramatic possibility. One where money, leverage, and quiet pressure might tip the scale. The rumors swirl. This isn't just legal appeals, it's negotiations. In some media reports, Diddy's camp is accused of sweetening the deal, pushing payoffs, commitments, and financial leverage to secure favor. Some allege large sums were discussed. Others deny their credibility. Think about it. If the pardoning power is absolute, then the real question is who's influencing it. Is it legal force? Is it influence? Or is it what you can offer behind the scenes? There's even the suggestion that this entire public display, leaks, statements, rumors, is deliberate pressure. Force Trump's hand, or at least test the reaction. Perhaps they're gauging whether the public would tolerate a pardon, or whether outrage would be strong enough to push him back. If indeed those pressures succeed, it would mean justice isn't blind. It's transactional. And that's a message people will remember. All of this builds toward one pivotal question. What next? And what does it mean for the system and for you? Here are the paths ahead. Trump pardons or commutes. Diddy walks free. That would send shockwaves, suggesting that power, influence, and money can override conviction. Trump denies clemency. Diddy serves his full sentence, minus credits. He pays his debt under the law. Public says justice stands. Trump delays, hedges, or partial options. Maybe some reduction, maybe conditional release. Maybe a surprise move down the line. Each outcome carries consequences. For prestige, for legal precedent, and for public trust. If a celebrity can be rescued by politics, what does that say to those without that network? And for you, this isn't just Diddy's story. It's a window into how justice, influence, politics, and power intersect. It's a reminder to question how much transparency truly exists. From the dizzying heights of music fame, Diddy now sits behind bars. His fate entangled not in beats and records, but in halls of power and whispers in halls. We've traced his fall, his trial, the pardon drama, and the shadow negotiations at play. But what do you think? If Diddy is pardoned, is that justice or a warning to us all? Drop your opinion below. And if you want deeper breakdowns, updates, or analysis on any of this, I'll keep unpacking. Until next time.